Welcome to the Motivate, Lead and Inspire podcast. My name is Hakeem Mr. Impact, and in these episodes we discuss the relevant challenges facing young people in the UK, which are initially aired on my Thursday evening radio show on colourfulradio.com. Be sure to visit www.facebook.com/Hakeem Mr. Impact. That's MR for Mr, where you'll find the rest of my podcasts. Have a great day. We're in the second hour. It's the youth debate. Alongside my co-host Nana. Are you ready for business, Nana?
100%.
100%, that's what I like. And we have now been joined by two young people that we know from the youth company. Do you want to introduce them, Nana?
Yep. On my far right, I have got Mr.
DeAndre Elizah.
DeAndre Elizah, just like it woke up. Because I think you thought that...
I thought Nana was going to say
exactly. And then
on my closer right, I have got Miss
Nia James.
Nia James, all the way from
Wales.
Wales in the house. Yes, man. We mix it up here. So how are you guys? Everyone good?
Yeah.
So all three of you know each other, obviously representing the notorious Impact Dance Youth. And on that note, you lot got a lot of shows coming up over the next few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell the world about the shows coming up. What's the first one?
We have Authenticity tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is that going to be all about?
It's going to be sick. I'm really looking forward to it.
Tell the audience what you're doing, because it's not just a show in a theatre or anything. It's much different to that, right?
Yeah. Well, it's in a shop. Pretty much, it's in a shop based on about 5 or 6 characters, I think.
7,
and
you know.
Seven.
Seven characters.
7 characters. And
what type of characters?
So many.
But what are they? Though?
Mannequins.
Yeah, mannequins. Yeah. So anyone that know, the reason I know this is because obviously myself and the Pagey, we've been producing this and working on this. Pagey's looking at us like, what's going on? So it's about mannequins coming to life, and so you two are not playing mannequins though. Who are you playing? I'm
playing the shopkeeper.
The shopkeeper. And what's happening to the shopkeeper?
My shop is I don't have enough money to pay rent, so Nia's about to take it away.
Do you know, there's people at home, like when they heard not enough money to pay the rent, they're like, I know how you feel, bro.
Yeah.
That's like in their household and in their business. It's like austerity right now. Yeah. So what's Nia doing about it? And who is Nia? Nia, who are you playing?
I'm playing the landlord.
You're playing the landlord, yeah. So you're horrible. You're going to evict him.
Yeah, I'm coming to collect the money off DeAndre.
Yeah, and this is all going to be done through dance, right?
Yeah.
So then how is the day saved, Nana?
The day is saved by the mannequins, and we make a show. We put on a show for the audience, and they, give us money, and we donate it, gather it up, and then the shopkeeper finds it.
The shopkeeper finds it, and what does that mean? It doesn't mean he's okay. He can do his thing.
Yeah, it means he can save his shop.
Amazing. So what does Impact Dance mean to you three individually? Let us know what Impact Dance means to you guys.
To me, it's like a second family, and like somewhere I can just go and like my thoughts would like disappear, and I could just dance and be free and stuff. So yeah, that's what it used to be.
Yeah, it kind of means the same thing to me as well. Definitely family, and just a place where I can just be myself and have fun and just dance.
Yeah, I don't dread dance when I'm there. I just feel free, like a free soul, and with all the people I love the most, I just live my best life.
Live your best life, doing your thing. So how long have you, all of you, just tell the listeners out there how long you've been in, kind of how old? What would be really nice, obviously, because this is more about a listening thing. Apart from our little Google camera, not Google, blooper camera. Like obviously people are thinking, these guys, how old are they? When did they join? How old are they now? Kind of thing. Can you kind of give us a little bit of history, when you joined and etc.?
Well, I'm 18 now, and I think I joined 16, I think 15, 16. I think
you were 15.
15, yeah.
I think so.
I can't remember the exact, like how old I was, but yeah, I was around 15, 16. I joined. And yeah, ever since then, I've just been dancing at Impact.
Jamming. Nia?
Well, I joined when I was 17. And
okay, but you knew you were doing stuff like Impact stuff before then, right?
Yeah,
like
when I was 16.
Okay. But your story is different to everyone else's. Do you want to tell the world about your story?
Yeah, so I did a few things with Impact, came down to London, did a few shows, and then...
But you're leaving out a big chunk, like, where were you before Impact? It's almost like you just appeared out of nowhere.
I was dancing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Hayley would just be like, huh? What's going on?
Yeah.
What? No mention of Fusions Elite. What's that all about?
I was in a dance company in Wales called Fusions Elite for 10 years, and then we kind of did stuff with Impact, and then when I was 17 I decided that I wanted to take dance more serious, and I joined Impact, and I used to travel down from Wales every Saturday to come to London.
So what time did you have to leave?
5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, 5 o'clock in the morning. So you'd leave, and how would you get down? What was the mode of transport?
The megabus.
The megabus. So then you'd arrive in London at what time?
Like 8:30.
Okay, and then you train, and then after the training you get back on the bus and go home.
Yeah.
But you know, it paid off because now you're studying. You're an undergraduate, first year, Middlesex University, dance.
Yeah.
So that's another message out there for young people thinking, you know, do you know what? It will land in my lap. It won't land in your lap. You got to work for it. What's going to make you different from everyone else? And we're going to talk about some more things around youth issues. What about you, Nana? What's your story?
Well, I'd been dancing with you, Hakeem, in my secondary school when I was in year 7, when I was 11, but I properly joined Impact when I was 13 turning 14, and now I'm 15 turning 16.
15 turning 16, the new voice of radio coming forward. So we've got a few things to do in this next hour, 45 minutes now actually, because it's already 8:15. But we want to also talk on the back of last week's debate. We want to kind of talk about some issues with young people. So do you want to kick it off, Nana?
Yeah, so we're discussing about how phones affect people in everyday life, the positive effects, the negative effects, and the fact that it's addictive. What are your views on that?
To me, phones have both a positive and negative effect. I want to start with the positives because social media, I think when used properly and when you use it to your advantage, it could be so powerful because you can link up with people from like across the world and just message them and then create beautiful things. Like the other day I messaged someone and then they messaged back and we're going to like create some videos and like stuff like that. So like I think that's so cool because without that it'd be so hard to communicate with people like that. But social media is so addictive, and like I find myself sometimes struggling to get off my phone or like putting it down. So like at the same time it has its pros and its cons. So yeah.
Nia?
Yeah, I agree as well. There is positive and negatives, but if speaking on the negatives, because it's so addictive, it kind of like, what's the word?
It just hooks
like
you.
blindsides you. Like you can't. It's you're so involved in it all the time. That's what you're thinking about all the time. Then I find it hard when you are trying to come away from it. People you can't really have a good conversation with someone because they're so in their phones. I feel like you can't really people feel like the only good way to communicate is through your phones, when actually it's not always the case.
See, I think of a moment, it still sticks in my mind when we took you guys to Bournemouth last year, August, and me and the Pagey and Rebecca, big up Rebecca, getting ready to have a second baby real soon. We wish her the best of luck. I remember we walked into the front room area. Do you remember the front room area? You didn't go. No, it wasn't there, but you two were there. And all right, we walked in and literally you lot all sitting down on the sofas. There was not one conversation going on. How many guys did we take down to Bournemouth that weekend? 12 of them, yeah. So there's 12 of you. We walked in and there was 12 of you. You all had your heads in your phone. No conversation. Like silence. The only noise you could hear was the as you slide up Instagram. Yeah. That's all you could hear. Yeah. And do you know what? It's really weird. I'll be honest with you. For one split second, my blood just went rah. But then I said, you know, pull yourself together. And do you remember we took the phones away from you, put them in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my point. 2 points. After that, do you remember then we had the whole sharing of the most embarrassing moment? Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we were like literally for another hour and a half, we were rolling around in laughter, you know, getting something out of the conversation. Yeah. I guess there was another point, but it slipped my mind. But it was just really a sad moment. It was a really, really sad moment because you guys just weren't communicating, you weren't talking, and I think that's my thing. Like, you know, there's people that are born in it, you know, the confidence is low, they're shy and whatever, but the phones are just tapping into that because you're sitting now around, you know, you're sitting on the bus with someone or you're traveling. I've been with you guys before. You don't know, make no conversation with me. You'll get a bit shy and put your head down, start going. Yeah. So that's the worry for me. I don't know what you think, Nana. Come in on that, you know, because you weren't there, but what's your feelings?
Well, I think that phones are quite a huge getaway from like socially awkward situations. When I was younger, I would be asked.
When you were younger, so you're old now.
I'm still young, but when I was younger.
Oh, you know what it is? It's all that jollof rice, isn't it? Yeah. Anyone who's listening last week, the jollof rice.
No,
yeah. Anyway,
no.
go on.
But when I was younger, I'm still young, but when I was younger, I'll be asked like, Nana, do you want to play out and stuff like that? Obviously, I wasn't allowed to go, but that was like, I realized how important that was back then, because now it's like we just text and texting. Sometimes we don't even say bye to each other.
It's not even that. It's like being asked to play out now is.
Yes.
I'm not trying to play out in my road at like 7-8 o'clock because I'm not trying to get harmed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so like,
that's true.
But you know what, that was it. Well, that's what it was for my generation. But you had to plan as well, right?
Yeah.
You okay? So on the Monday of the summer holidays, you're not even on the Monday of the summer holidays. The Friday when you break up, there'll be a plan.
Yeah,
you'll be like, we meet you on the Monday at 12 o'clock.
We don't even have to. We didn't like my friends. We didn't even have to text. I would rock up at his door, knock at his door, and be like, "Let's go park." But now, nah. Sorry.
And the thing is, you knew it was 12 o'clock. They didn't turn up at 12 o'clock. You weren't all be like, "Where are you? Where are you?" You'd wait till 12:35. Even sometimes till 1 o'clock, and they were
they'll turn up. Yeah, they'll turn up.
Mad. So that was our generation, but now it's like,
I can't do that, man.
I don't even know. Coming back to a serious issue, phones. This whole pressure of being and looking a certain way, filters, posting. DeAndre's already got his hand up in the air.
I hate it.
Wait. Well, you know what? The cyberbullying and all that kind of stuff. I want to kind of just get into a little bit of serious debate now. What is going on with that? I'll tell you how I'll set the context. And she's probably listening. I don't care. But Naomi, my daughter, she's going to get her first phone soon, probably in September. And I'm already thinking of like, okay, not so much the usage, but just, you know what, the pressure from friends and bits and pieces like that. So what is your stance on the phone? Do you react to straight away, put your hand up and say, no, can't take it? Come on.
No, it was when you said about like people trying to be a certain way.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that. Because
what do you mean, as in like look a certain way?
Yeah, look a certain way. Because social media, what you put on social media is like is a filter in itself, because you're gonna put the best version of yourself or the best version of whatever you're doing.
There you go.
And people don't know what's going behind the scenes.
There you go.
So like, it's that alone is a problem. But like when people try and like fake it to make it look like everything's.
What do you mean fake it? Going to fake what? Fake their appearance? Fake the fact that they're being successful?
Their appearance, their success, and like, I don't know. I just don't rate it because that's not you. That's like an alter ego. That's not you. That's someone else. So like.
But do you blame them in today's society? Do you blame them? So all right. Here we go. We go. Yeah, catch this one.
Yeah.
So are you gonna put on a whack choreography of yourself?
See, no, I'm not. No.
But you're going to put on the best. So if you had a take and it wasn't good enough, you're going to go and get a better take. So surely you're doing the same as these people.
Well, to be fair, I did put choreo on my snap last night and I messed up. But like, I don't blame them because that's the expectation now. Mm-hmm. And if you don't do what's expected, then you seem abnormal or different.
Right.
So like, I don't blame them, but at the same time, like, it's kind of annoying because I know, like, even my friends or some of the people I know, like, that's not you. Like, I know what you're going through. That's definitely not what's going on. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
So what does that do long term? Because you know that. But if I don't know. I'm going to pause on that moment. I'm going to actually come over to Nia because I really want to maximize the time I've got with you guys. Nia, what do you think about the whole filtering, putting up facades, superficiality? What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like people definitely hide behind a filter or a private account. I just feel like most people, they do try and put the best version of themselves out, but they go to any lengths to get that, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
And it's just not, I don't really agree with it.
So
either.
without putting you on the spot, but like, I'm going to talk about a little contentious issue here, dating. Yeah. So are you then wary of boys that are interacting with you on social media if they're trying to if you're trying to date? Because I know you're a big girl, you're 19 and thing. Yes, we can talk about these things. Yeah. But are you wary because of this whole filter? And tell me your feelings. So if someone's like stepping to you, via social media, you know them, it's all good. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
What, like? Then
would you no, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to picture,
would I be wary about what they're seeing on my social media?
Based on what we've just been discussing, that there's lots of different layers and whatever, are you wary about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be, yeah.
Okay, so it's also like is it a relationship killer then, or this whole social media? Is it a good thing for relationships or a bad thing for relationships? Potential relationships.
I think it could be a bad thing because you're just trying, you're like trying to impress them, I guess.
Yeah.
And if it's not the real you, then it's just not.
Okay.
But then when you meet them in person, they're going to see that anyway, so.
Okay. Nana, you got any? Because I can see you nodding your head like, give me the mic. Yeah.
No, I think that social media is actually a really interesting place because sometimes some of the many people that follow you, they end up seeing you in real life and they've seen like the post that you've got on your page, but then when they see you in real life, they're almost looking at you to see if that's the way you actually are. For example, I have like certain videos from a very awkward period of time in my life on my Instagram page.
Would you like to share the audio live on colourfulradio.com?
If you want to find it.
Okay.
It's quite embarrassing, but I kept it up there only because before I archived them, I didn't want people to see it, but now I'm like, this was a stage in my life, it's real, like this was what I'm like
also I think it shows your progression, how you are. So like even what Nana's been doing, like with the videos, like if you keep doing them, they will improve. Yeah, so if people go on your Instagram and go from the start and they see your videos from there and then what they are now, they'll be like, oh, progression. Yeah, but if they just see like what you're doing now, they think, you've just come out of the blue.
That's the thing. It's really interesting. Like the very first video I made, I think I was like 10. It's really far down my page, and it was this rap I made on.
You can archive, by the way.
Oh yeah. I don't.
You obviously want to leave it on there.
No, I want to leave it on there. Not even because my social media page, I actually kind of appreciate it for myself because it shows like me growing up, my timeline, my own personal timeline. Yeah. So I like to look back at it and be like, oh, you were so cringe. And it kind of, it makes me laugh. So I enjoy that. And like some people from like my followers, some of them, I don't have many, but the people that do recognize me in my neighborhood, they look at me and they'll just stare at me. Like I'm at the bus stop and they'll just stare at me to like, measure my every movement to see if that's what I'm actually like. And I don't know what they're thinking.
Man. So what general challenges are you guys finding as young people generally, day to day? What are you finding tough? Tell us.
Stereotyping,
tell us more.
Yeah, I'm a young black boy growing up in London. It's quite hard sometimes.
Okay, so can you give us some examples of what's going wrong?
Well, wrong, it's just like, I don't know, sometimes I just don't feel right in certain places, not in London, but like if I go out of London.
When you go out of London, where they haven't seen as many tall black men.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not like, I'm used to it now, but
so how do you play it? I don't really.
So
what? So if So if someone looks at you a bit funny or they stare for you a little bit longer, do you smile? Do you does your body language change? What do you do?
No, I just do the same I was before. Like when I went Denmark,
these young people traveling, boy. Denmark, boy. I mean, I see Denmark. The only Denmark me see is butter from Denmark when I was young. I don't know, Lurpak or something like that. Was it Lurpak? One of them was. You lot must know Lurpak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at me like I'm mad, you know. What? Sorry for any Denmark people out there if I've offended you. All right, because I know there's more to Denmark than Lurpak. Anyway, go on.
But when I went Denmark, it was quite odd because we stepped off the plane. I was with 2 other boys. They're both black. Yeah. And the looks we got were incredible because like it's so odd to see 3 black boys going somewhere like Denmark by ourselves, and then we even were in a restaurant. And there was just one lady just literally stared at us for the whole time. Really? Literally for the whole time. And my friend got quite annoyed, but I was like, listen, let it go. You not even let it go. And like, you gotta expect it. Like I wouldn't, if I was from Denmark, I wouldn't expect 3 black boys to just be traveling around there. To be honest. So,
right. Okay. So stereotyping, Nana. I actually want to start with Nia. Nia, what about you? What's tough at the moment for you as a young lady from Wales living in London, 19?
Just meeting the expectations that are set for myself. I feel like
who's setting the expectations?
Myself.
Right.
And just.
So is that again connected to phones and pressure and things like that, and how you must look and how you must?
Yeah, okay. And making sure I'm going on like the right path, like where I want to be. I feel like because as I'm getting older, it's getting more harder. So just really trying to adapt to like my new surroundings and just meeting like new, because as you get older expectations are higher because you're an adult, like you should just be able to do things. And I'm just kind of finding that challenging, like going from the expectation of she's a child, like she'll get it, just not, whereas when you're an adult you've kind of just got to just jump straight in, really. Just getting
And finally, Nana, what about you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to adapt to like changes altogether, as in like my friends are changing, they've started to get men. I mean, no,
starting to get men?
Men started to get boys.
At 16.
All right, cool.
They've started to get boys. They've started to like change. Everyone's focus is shifting. I'm there trying to, get my biologies and my chemistries and my physics and my maths and all of that down. And everyone's just different. So I'm trying to like keep in my own path instead of meandering into stuff that other people are, getting involved in.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've got a few minutes left. I'm going to play one more track before the news. But I guess, you know what? I think there's a lot of pressure. But I think the key kind of message I'm getting from you guys is you got to be yourself. Don't try and be like the masses, so to speak. There's a saying that goes, observe the masses and do the opposite. I don't know if that makes sense. So what everyone else is doing, do the opposite. But then there's also another saying that when you do something different, you rise above the masses. Sometimes you can get pelted by rotten tomatoes because people think you're different. But you know what? That shouldn't allow you to think, I better stay down so that I don't get pelted. When you're getting pelted, that means you're different. That means probably you're progressing. You're doing something really, really important. What I was going to say is that have I got a WhatsApp here? Hi everyone, another really deep, important subject. Who's this from? It's Rebecca Charles. This is a WhatsApp. Hi everyone, another really deep, important subject. I have so much to say about this, particularly the cyberbullying, trolling, but I will be saying one bit, otherwise I'll be there. Type in till next week. There's a big advantage to phones and using it for social media. However, there is a growing obsession and pressure to be happy, perfect in physical appearance, happy, perfect in life. This is obviously not reality. She has written more. I want to big up Rebecca in West London who sent that WhatsApp. But we now going to say bye to our studio guest. So I want to say bye to Mr. DeAndre Elizah. Good luck with your show tomorrow. The same Nia James. Thank you for coming down and representing. And also my co-host who's going to be signing off now as she has an exam in the morning, Miss Nana. Can all three of you say bye to all the colourful listeners?